warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, Honorable Ma'am Widyati SPD as a lecturer of subject speaking for seminar proposal. And let me introduce our team. My name is Asma Maulida as a first speaker, and Amira Khoirunnisa as a second speaker, and Jihan Aulia Mumtaza as a third speaker. Language learning theories are defined on the basis of cognitive theories to approach the first perspective of classroom practice. Thereby, this ability is regarded as the core step towards language communication. Listening comprehension strategies play an important role in the development of related language skills and process of language acquisition. These self-regulation strategies are focused on to enhance learning comprehension and their consequence. The study aimed to evaluate the listening comprehension strategies covered by Kuwaiti 9th grade target English textbook with adherence to the teaching practice of EFL teachers. The development of learners allowed them to comprehend the essence of oral input and associate with the contextual information. Individuals spend around 30 to 40% of their time communicating with each other through oral approach. Listening practice are given to help in recognizing the characteristic differences among sounds and comprehending the grammatical structure. Qualitative research approach has been adopted with content analysis to assess the listening comprehension strategies. 38 teacher in 60 schools in Kuwaiti school and involved 38 teacher in the 60 school in Kuwaiti and involved a textbook of 9th grade. High practice have been achieved from all listening comprehension strategies. For the next will be explained by my colleague Amira. Okay, Amira, time is yours.
Second is review. Listening comprehension needs the involvement of individual in an assortment of activities ranging between complete understanding and discrimination of sounds of speaker message. That means the ability of recognize differences in phonetics, including the ability to identify words and sound that are similar and those that are different. Listening comprehension strategies differentiate proficient and less proficient language learners from each other. Listening comprehension strategies, there are two processes, top-down and bottom-up. Top-down listening uses background knowledge and contextualize where to aid understanding. Bottom-up listening uses sounds, words, and other small units to create meaning. Escalating strategies also assist language learners in achieving listening activities more efficiently. The benefit of improving strategies are we can get more information from the people we manage. We will we will increase other trust in us. We will get reduced conflict. We will better understand how to motivate others, and we will inspire a higher level of commitment in the people we manage. The confidence of learners is improved, as well as anxiety eradicated through listening to oral input. Therefore, less proficient learners are benefited from the instructional strategies. It should be mentioned that the individual differences that were focused on in this study were listener age, gender level of motivation, learning style, and personality trait. According to Rahimi and Al-Azzemy, the ability to regulate and monitor the progression, future learning, and performance can be achieved without accurate listening comparison strategies. Furthermore, language learners who adopt and utilize metacognitive strategy tend to be more proficient learners, planning for learning, thinking regarding the learning process, evaluating learning progresses, and monitoring progression, understanding are all regarded as listening strategies. Cognitive, metacognitive, and social affective strategies that depend on the cognitive theory. Language learners with high proficiency in metacognitive comprehension are better at storing and processing new information, such as better approaches to exercise and enforcing learner material. Listening comprehension strategy represent the most fundamental element in establishing the ability of learners in guiding and enhancing their performance. Zhang and Sipo state among all these factors, metacognitive strategy are considered to be the most effective in developing the abilities of learners. The metacognitive strategy referring to the action that learners use consciously while listening to a spoken text attentively. Metacognitive strategy deal with knowing about learning. It means that learners learn how to learn with metacognitive strategy. With the help of this language learner strategy, learners are involved in thinking about the process of learning while they are planning, monitoring, and evaluating their own learning. Exactly like pre-task activities. It was also found in Yao's 1995 study that the speaker's accent, speed, choice of vocabulary, and the learner's interest and the background knowledge influence listening comprehension. Among all of those factors, the most important and influential factors that affect learners' listening comprehension was the speaker accent and speed. It was found in the student reports and listening comprehension that clear pronunciation and speed affected their comprehension very much. Successful listening can also be observed on the basis of strategies used by the listener after being taught effective ways and of approaching and managing the listening. The activities seek to involve listener actively in the process of listening. Zhang and Sipo have focused on metacognitive strategy as implementing appropriate action to accomplish specific objective in educational listening comprehension strategies have been implemented to regulate the entire learning process. The listening strategies entail the comprehension of language learner to realize the level of implemented strategy and randomize the exam of listening comparison process. The next will describe
Jihan Aulia. The risk method. An analytical approach has been employed by using observation checklists and content analysis. The in-depth significance has been provided by utilizing means of qualitative evaluation approaches. Content analysis has assisted in determining the conceptual aspect of the listening comprehension strategies to the emphasis regarding the listening skill. The population for teachers' observation has been recruited from all the intermediate schools in Aulia. Directorate of Education subsequently 16 schools were selected as sample from the total population. Moreover, 38 teachers were selected from these 16 schools for further evaluations. The ethical approach has been taken from the IRB Kuwaiti. Okay, the second there is instrumentation. EFL textbook of 9th grade in Kuwait for the academic year 2015 or 2016 were considered as the tool of investigation for content analysis. Cognitive strategies have been included in the strategy content analysis checklist, including inferencing, elaborating, summarizing, note-taking, highlighting, practicing sounds, and casing. Furthermore, 3 metacognitive strategies have been included: planning, monitoring, and evaluation. Okay, there is study area. Grade has been selected for the assessment as it is the last and senior most grade of intermediate stage in Kuwaiti schools. And the last, analysis. The checklist for teacher observation strategy was developed on the basis of metacognitive, cognitive, and social strategies. 18 items were listed in the final checklist of the teacher observation strategy with a 2-point scale, 1 per 4 available and 2 per 4 unavailable. The first 9 items in the checklist were related cognitive strategies, where item 10 to 15 were related to metacognitive strategies. Items 16, 17, and 18 were related to the social strategies. Correction criteria was determined through transcription process where the transcription has been performed on the recordings of listening activities attempted by each student. Furthermore, listening strategies were incorporated to determine the listening skills. Okay? Okay, any questions? Yes, please, Julia.
Okay, my name is Amira Khoirunnisa. I'm from English Education. I have a question. What are the types of cognitive, metacognitive, and social or affective strategies equipped by EFL Kuwaiti 90 grade textbook?
Okay, I will answer. The result obtained from the content analysis focus on the frequency and percentage of cognitive listening strategies in the textbook. It has been tested that the inferential strategy is the most frequently used strategy in global content analysis. As studied among teaching units, frequency and percentage frequency and percentage revealed for metacognitive strategies and illustrated textbook listening strategies. Of all these approaches, the assessment strategy is the most frequently tested application in all teaching units, characterizing 18 frequencies of total textbook listening.
Yes,
Thank you.
Okay, any other question? Yes, please.
My name is Amira Khoirunnisa. I have a question for you guys. My question is, what is the approach of ninth grade teachers to adopt listening comprehension strategies?
Okay, I'll answer the question for Anissa. In this first standard deviation and increase of listening strategies are revealed by Kuwaiti EFL teachers. However, the difference is elaborated from analysis in terms of rank order and in score. Cognitive strategy thought to be the most reliable strategy as is prioritized. That's enough.
Yes, thank you.
Any other question, please?
Okay. So, by what you have stated about the listening strategies, I want to ask, what do you think is the congruence between the English strategies employed by the English language teachers and the textbook or the journal you have reviewed?
Okay. I will answer the question. The correspondence between the content analysis listening strategies and the actual teaching practice for EFL teachers has been demonstrated. Spearman correlation uses strength instead of assumption about the distribution of the two variables. Moreover, the actual practice of the teachers did not correspond toward listening comprehension strategies. Okay, enough?
yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, before we close this presentation, I will provide the conclusion of the seminar. The types of listening comprehension strategies entitled in grade textbook has been presented in this session. Furthermore, actual and observed teaching practice were also considered in regard to the teachers and ascribe the delivery of listening comprehension strategies to EFL Kuwaiti learners. Okay, that's enough from our group. If there are wrong words or sayings, I do apologize. Thank you.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.